PNPA class 96 ka ba or 97?
I was supposed to graduate 96 but did not defer, Mr. Chair. I graduated 98.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kailan ka na-assign sa CIDG? Since when?
Since 2001, Mr. Chair.
2001.
Yes.
And kailan ka na-relieve sa CIDG?
In between, Mr. Chair, there were times that I was reassigned to other unit, Mr. Chair. Not straight CIDG, but all in all, as far as I can recall, my service as a CIDG more or less is 18 years with the CIDG, Mr. Chair.
More or less, how many years?
18 years with the CIDG.
18 years.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So 18 years. So 18 years ka sa intelligence unit, intelligence community. Kilala mo ba si Police Colonel Crisostomo Mendoza, PNPA class 94?
Hindi ko po kilala, Mr. Chair.
18 years ka sa intelligence community, yung upper class mo, hindi mo alam?
Hindi ko po siya kilala, Mr. Chair.
Hindi mo kilala?
Opo, hindi po siya.
Okay. Alam mo ba na unaccounted and missing si Police Colonel Mendoza?
Hindi ko rin po alam.
Hindi mo alam?
Hindi po talaga alam.
18 years sa intelligence community, hindi mo alam?
18 years po ako sa CIDG.
Yes.
Region 11,
Yes.
karamihan po.
Di ba intelligence unit ang CIDG?
Partly, Mr. Chair, yung
Yes.
detection
Okay.
part niyan. Opo.
So hindi mo alam na missing si Colonel Mendoza?
Hindi ko po kilala kasi kung sino po yung...
O sige, kung hindi mo
resource
kilala.
na sinasabi niyo po.
May narinig ka ba na missing si Colonel Mendoza?
Wala rin po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. General Torres, sir. PNPA
Yes, Mr.
class
Chair.
93 po ba kayo?
Yes, sir.
So, underclass po ninyo si Colonel Mendoza?
Yes, sir.
Si Police Colonel Crisostomo Mendoza, PNPA class 94. Tama po ba?
Yes, sir.
General Torres, sir. Sa pagkakaalam po ba ninyo, maliban kay Colonel Mendoza, may iba pang police personnel na unaccounted and missing from 2016 to present?
I have to check the record, sir. Please allow me to report it to you on the next hearing, sir.
Okay, balikan ko lang po, Mr. Chair. Sa pagkakaalam po ninyo, ano ang dahilan? Bakit missing si Colonel Mendoza?
If I recall it right, sir, I think it was on the end of 2017 when he was reported missing by the family. Chris Mendoza had worked with me on NARCOM in 1999, very shortly, during the time when we operated against Mayor Mitra of Panukulan, Quezon, where we got the 500 kilos in the ambulance and another van. We worked together in that, sir, that's NAR group. It was, I think, end of 2017 that he was reported missing. And we really have no idea, as of the moment, on the concrete details on this incident, sir.
So may information po na sinasabi sangkot siya sa illegal drugs. Tama po ba?
Come again, sir?
May information na sinasabing involved siya sa illegal drugs.
During the time, sir, when he went missing, I think he was already dismissed from the service because he has a previous case of AWOL or another case of administrative case that he was appealing then with, I think, the Court of Appeals or Supreme Court. I'm not very... I cannot really clearly recall the details as of the moment, sir, but I think I can pull out the records and will report to you with more clarity on the next hearing, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, wala po kayong information na mayroon pang ibang PNP personnel na unaccounted and missing?
I have heard some. What we hear, Mr. Chair, are some police officers killed in line of duty or otherwise. And but for the missing, I have to check on the records, sir. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Naitanong
sir.
ko ito, Mr. Chair, para malaman po natin na maaring hindi lang politicians, hindi lang private individuals, even police personnel ay sinasabing involved at pwedeng biktima rin po ng EJK. Mr. Chair, may I respectfully move to direct General Torre to submit the list of unaccounted and missing PNP personnel from 2016 to present, Mr. Chair.
General Torre, you are directed to comply with the request of Congressman Bosita.
Will comply, sir. Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
So the next to interpolate is Congressman Keith Flores. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would just like to be clarified with Napolcom. Did you just mention earlier that the case against the CIDG officers were all dismissed?
From what we have gathered, Your Honor, from the criminal cases were all basically dismissed, Your Honor.
The criminal cases.
Yes, sir.
Have administrative cases been filed against them before the Napolcom?
Yes, Your Honor. It was decided by then Chief PNP De La Rosa that the said persons will be demoted.
Just demoted.
Yes, Your Honor. Just demoted.
Ang penalty nila in the administrative case is demotion lang.
Yes,
Klaruhin ko lang.
Yes,
Okay,
Your Honor.
from your opinion, Attorney Bernardo, what were the mistakes or errors that were committed by the team that enforced the search warrant? Like, if I'll just go through it now, from the testimonies that I've heard. Using bonnets or covering their faces, is that proper?
Yes. Under the circumstances, Your Honor, bonnet is not at all supposedly used for that purpose.
So in enforcing a search warrant, it should not be used.
Yes,
Their
precisely.
faces should not be covered.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
They are-
Second,
Yes.
Attorney Bernarda, was disabling the CCTV in the jail facility also proper and in accordance with the SOP of the PNP in enforcing a search warrant?
That is improper and actually it's irregular to remove the CCTV.
Okay.
Because in fact, the Supreme Court required them to use body-worn camera or alternative recording device in the execution of search warrant.
Third, was it proper for them to disarm the jail guards and the PNP that were sent to augment the security in the area?
It is also improper. That should not be the case, Your Honor.
Okay, now of all the itong tatlo lang. Supposedly, if this were the offenses, administrative complaints filed against them, would that warrant a demotion? Just a demotion?
Theoretically, Your Honor, demotion is not enough, Your Honor.
For all these three lang. I'm not even discussing the death.
Yes, Your Honor.
What should be the proper penalty then?
These are serious irregularities in the performance of duty. This could amount for a dismissal.
They should have been dismissed, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And why do you think was the penalty of demotion meted upon them by then Chief PNP Bato?
I could not actually, Your Honor, understand the rationale of a mere demotion on the same. Because our belief is that although conspiracy is not necessary to prove an administrative case, but in the case of Colonel Marcos, he may be then equated to a principal considering that he was at the site when the supposed search warrant was executed. He was then at the door of the sub-provincial jail, and he insisted to open the same. Only he returned back to his vehicle. The security, the augmentation from the CIDG Region 8 and the Regional Maritime Unit 8 is also may be liable in their individual participation, principal by indispensable cooperation. Because without the indispensable assistance or support of the CIDG 8 and Regional Mobile Unit, they could not overpower the sub-provincial jail. Meaning, therefore, they are liable for principal by indispensable cooperation. Now, by direct participation, those who executed all of those offenses, including the consequence for the demise of the two individual, may be rendered principal by direct participation, Your Honor. Notwithstanding that conspiracy may not be applicable in administrative cases, but their individual participation could very well establish from the records of the case, Your Honor. Plus, this can be bolstered by the investigation done by the NBI on the same.
So, from an administrative point of view, Attorney Bernardo, there are no more cases that could be filed against the police officers who enforced the search warrant.
Your Honor, the respondent in fact appealed to the National Appellate Board. And in one occasion, we discussed the merit of the case. It was at that opportunity, with due respect, I met the commissioner at that time. Commissioner Leonardo at that time opted to acquit all of the respondents. But I hasten to add that if that's the most thing that they could have done during their time, how then could it be possible at this time now that they could be acquitted for all of these offenses? And therefore, we met again, and the other two commissioners are now inclined to reconsider, and they would render a different resolution or determination of the appeal cases. It's forthcoming. We are seeking also additional substantiation from the NBI to see whether we could rely from the SOCO report or from the medical legal, from the forensic pathologies, what may have been the cause of death. Is it actually an exchange of gunfire, or was he killed within the cell, in cell number 1 and in cell number 2 for Raul Yap, for that matter?
Thank you, Attorney Bernardo. Colonel Leonardo, sir, Commissioner Leonardo, I'll ask you again the three things that I thought were improper in the conduct of the search, on the enforcement of the search warrant. Like, one, having face coverings or a bonnet. Is that proper, sir? While enforcing a search warrant?
During my, when I conduct implementation of search warrant, I never...
Can you answer closer to the mic, sir, so we can hear you?
I never do that during my conduct of...
I'm asking you, sir, from the standard procedures of police officers, sir. Is it proper for police officers to use face coverings in enforcing a search warrant? Yes or no?
I think, no, Mr. Chair, for me, no.
So it's not proper. Two, is it proper for police officers to disable the CCTV system in enforcing a search warrant? Yes or no?
No, Mr. Chair.
Three, what was the third one I asked kanina? Was disarming the jail guards and the police officers who augmented the security in the area proper in enforcing the search warrant that was issued by the judge?
It depends on the situation, Mr. Chair. If they pose a threat to the implementing...
Then they could be disarmed?
Yes.
Okay,
Mr.
so
Chair.
depending on the situation. But on the first two, you said that it was improper.
For me, it was
Yes,
improper,
for you.
Mr. Chair.
Now, if these two were improper, out of the three that I mentioned, why did you move for the acquittal of these police officers? Did you not
Actually-
find it... you just mentioned that it was improper. Did you not find it that they should be held administratively liable for violating the procedures in enforcing a search warrant?
Mr. Chair, just to correct the manifestation of Vice Chair Bernardo, I never intended to acquit everybody. Actually, demotion for Laraga and Duarte and others are meted 5 months, 6 months, something like.
6 months of what,
no,
sir?
no, no. 6 months, Mr. Chair.
Of
And
what?
some, there are some who were acquitted, recommended acquitted, but that was just a recommendation, Mr. Chair.
Just a recommendation. But you think that they should be administratively, at least administratively held liable?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes. And this is after how many years from the time of the incident that took place? How many years?
I think that was 8 years. 8 years already, Mr. Chair.
8
From
years.
2016 to up to present, Mr. Chair.
So 6 years actually, 6 years. Yeah? 2018.
20,
Yeah, anyway. So it's
2018 now.
that number of years and these police officers are still actively in the service because the administrative case has not yet been resolved up to now. Is that correct, Colonel Leonardo?
I think some of them are no longer in the service, Mr. Chair.
Was it as a result of this administrative case or for some other reasons?
I'm not sure, Mr. Chair. Some because of this case, Mr. Chair.
But I thought that case was still pending before the Napolcom.
The
Attorney
appeal,
Bernardo.
Yes, Your Honor. It is still pending in the National Appellate Board. I could not make a decision alone because these are collegial. We are 4 of us, and at that time, we are not in the same opinion with Commissioner Leonardo, while the 2 others are still trying to decide whether they would side with me or side with Commissioner Leonardo. And it might strike a good decision when I'm seeking the records of the NBI to substantiate the fact that the cause of death was not at all through exchange of fire, but rather, if I would follow the medical legal, it might have been a murder case or at the very least, a homicide. And they are not supposed to be simply demoted, Your Honor.
Shouldn't the administrative case be faster, Attorney Bernardo?
Yes, it should have been, but in as much as the decision, I was then alone because the other commissioners are still trying to evaluate the case. I was just alone in pushing for an early resolution.
The point that I'm raising, Attorney Bernardo, is the fact that if these people are still in the active service of the PNP, then they could still be performing acts which are illegal or improper and not in accordance with PNP policies. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
That's why there's a need to hasten the proceedings siguro, sir. Di ba?
Yes, pinakiusapan ko nga, Your Honor, yung dalawang pang commissioner na they are now siding with me at this time, considering the fact that time has lapsed and justice delayed is justice denied for the victims. And I am asking the NBI for an additional evidence to bolster my recommendation that there's supposed to be a rendition of judgment and to reverse simply a demotion. It should have been more severe penalties